Okay, hey everybody. This is Real Talk with Sherillium. So today I want to ask you about wealth. Okay, I consider myself to be a wealthy person, and you may ask yourself, you're wealthy, so why you on YouTube? When I think of wealth, I don't think of just money. When people say wealth, people automatically think of money. So I, I'm gonna implore you with anything that I say or anybody else, you question it. Question that's the thing. The theme of this channel is like questioning things. So when I talk about wealth, I'm speaking about I'm wealthy in spirit. I'm wealthy in faith. I'm wealthy in friendships. I'm wealthy in love. I'm wealthy in resilience and forgiveness and self compassion. And these are things that are key and crucial to being overall well, just to live a healthy and a well life. So when I say that I'm wealthy, I'm talking about being wealthy in the spirit, the fruits of the spirit. I'm learning to be wealthier in self control, wealthier in cheerleading and being an encouragement to others. So I implore you today to think about wealth as I start this video. So, recently there's a scandal going on about Chase Bank and Chase Bank having people, I guess, depositing checks that they didn't have the money in their accounts for. So I want to ask you today, how do your accounts look? Are your accounts in order? Are you a spender or a saver? Are you a paycheck to paycheck? Are you a when I'm in, I'm all in, and I'm all out? Are you a person that pays all their bills on time, or are you a person that waits to the last minute and incurs that overdue fee or past due charge? How does your checking account look? Your savings account, your 401k? Like, in what condition are your accounts? So, I'm going to challenge you today. We're talking about accounts. How does your health account look? Not your health savings account, but your health account. Are you depositing things into your health account, or are you taking things away? Each day, each one of us gets 86,400 seconds deposited into our accounts daily. It's kind of up to us what we want to do with that time. Each day God gives us that time, and you can't bank any of it. You can't save it. You can only spend it. And then the next day, we wake up and He gives us that time again. So it's really up to us what we do with that time. So I guess I'm asking you the question and posing the question: how do you spend your time? How does your account look, your health account? Do you continuously take out of the account, or do you put in? I said that already, but I just want you to start thinking about these things. Y'all might want to get y'all pencil and paper, because this is about to get good. So we know more about our bank account than we know about our health account. If you looked at your bank account today and you saw a charge on it, you would say, who made this charge on my account? I'm going back to my who, what, when, where, how, and why, because that's me questioning everything. You would ask, who made this account on my, who charged this on my account? And then you would look and be like, and ask, what did they spend? Like, what did they charge? What did they spend it on? You will also look and say, when did they charge this? Like, I didn't notice this charge. When was it? You would ask, where were they at when they charged this? How did they even get my information to charge this? When did they get my card? Or how did they get my information? And then you would say, why? Why would this person take from me? Why would this person spend out of my health account? Or out of my checking account? Why would they do that? You would ask yourself all those questions. And I asked you those same questions about your health account. Who is depositing or taking money out that health account? Are you depositing money into the health account or wealth, or are you taking away from the health account? If so, what are you depositing or taking out? What does that look like? Are you depositing things like healthy eating, healthy living, getting movement, or are you withdrawing with eating foods from the restaurant or eating other people's food, not knowing where it's cooked or how it's cooked or when it was cooked? Because those are some of the things too. When are you going to start depositing more into your account? your health account? When? We always say we gonna get there tomorrow. When? Tomorrow may not get here. You only have right now. So when are you gonna start depositing into that account? And where are you going to be when you deposit in this account? Are you going to be in the same mind place you were in when you were withdrawing from it? Or are you going to be in a different mindset? You could be right where you are and deposit into that account just by the way you're thinking about yourself and talking to yourself. And then, how are you going to make that deposit? I talked about the when, the where, but the how, because you got to have some action behind it, like how. So I'm posing these questions to have you think. And then why? Why do you want to deposit into this account? Because this account is going to pay out in the end. Okay, you could be one of those people that constantly deposit or constantly withdraw but never deposit. Then you start incurring those fees. People that was doing these chase scams or whatever, they was depositing a check, but then they didn't have them and withdrawing it, but didn't have the money to withdraw. So then what happened? Their account gets shut down or they incur a fee. But some of them didn't care because they're like, if I can do it, I can do it. So I'm going to ask you, are you depositing a check in your health account with your mouth that your butt can't cash? Because when people will say, oh, this person writing a check with their mouth or writing a check that they butt can't cash, are you eating and writing a check with your mouth with the things that you eat that your butt can't cash? Because see, what's going to happen when people start taking money out their account that they don't have, the first thing happens is they start to incur fees. They get fees, okay? You get extra fees added on, so it's taking even more out. And then after you start getting the fees added on, maybe your account going to the red. You don't have money in there. And so you in the red. And so then when you get your paycheck, you got to already pay money in there, minus the money that you get $100, and when you put that in the bank, you're not making $100 deposit. You only depositing $25 because you got $75 in fees. So what's going to happen after that? Then after incurring late fees and late charges on your account, on your utility bills, folks start getting stuff shut off. Lights, electricity, the heat, the water, the cell phones. And then it's like, oh, I'm going to pay a reconnection fee. But let's talk about your health account. How many times can you take away from your health account and be in the red and incur these fees, and before stuff start going out? So with our health account, just like with the checking or savings account, when you start not having the money in there, when they go to withdraw the money for your utility bill and there's no money in there, they're going to turn your lights off. So if you start withdrawing from your health account and there's no money in there, your lights going to go out, but it's going to be some different lights. Your eyes going to start going. Then what if you start getting tingling in your fingers and toes? You can't get up as quick. You can't move around as easily. It don't happen right away. It starts happening over time. So I ask you, start thinking about these things. Am I putting something into my health account or am I taking away? And unlike a checking account or an account at the utility company or the light or the gas company or the water company where they shut your utilities off and you pay a reconnection fee, if you write a check in your health account with your mouth that your butt can't cash, when the lights go out, you dead. It ain't no reconnection. You're going to be reconnected in heaven, God willing, but it ain't going to be no reconnection fee. See, I'm going to come. This is real. This is how I talk to myself. This real talk with Sherillium. What you going to do? You going to sit back and keep making withdrawals from your account that you know you don't have instead of making a deposit? And then we'll sit back and say, well, I don't have money. If you buying Starbucks every day, nothing against Starbucks, I ain't gonna say. If you buying coffee every day, you got something that you buying every day or you spending your time on, maybe try to stop doing that. Maybe if you stop and say, every day that I work out for 10 minutes, I'm gonna pay myself $10 and see what that do. Where you building in your health account and you putting a little bit extra off to the side in your bank account. But we got accounts. We got different accounts. What account are you pouring into? And in your health account, just like in your account at the bank, you got a savings, you got a checking, you may have a credit card, you may have a 401k. With your health account, are you putting into your resilience fund? Are you putting into your self-awareness fund? Are you saving some a day for a rainy day with your comeback for how hard you gonna come back after you fall? You know, how are you gonna talk to yourself? Are you putting it to the I'm gonna be kind to myself fund? Because we can pour into everybody else, but it's hard to pour into ourselves. I'm gonna take it a step further. In your accounts you got at the bank, are you saving for your grandchildren? Are you saving for their college? Are you saving for maybe to help your daughter get married, or to help your kids buy a house, or to have some money saved for when, God forbid, you leave this earth? Instead of investing in your 401k for when you retire, putting money away for a house, how about putting some money in your health account for your legacy, showing your grandchildren and your children how to cook at home, how to make healthy meals, how to make healthy decisions? I don't think any of us would encourage our grandchildren. I'm not going to encourage my grandson to drink no alcohol. Why would I drink it? I'm not going to encourage my grandson to go out there and run out in front of a car and get hit. But every day, I'm going to choose things to put into my body that's going to be the equivalent and run in front of that car. I'm not going to look at my grandson and say, grandson, I love you. And grandmother would love to be here for you when you graduate high school. But you know what? I just can't let them chicken wings go. It might sound comical and crazy, but it's the truth. I can't let them chicken wings go to be here for you when you really need me. But I have some money. Wealth is more than money. Wealth is more than the income that you get in your hand, because guess what? I heard this from Chris James. Shout out to A Healthy Alternative. Chris James on A Healthy Alternative. He said, if you were given $1 million today, how would you feel? You would probably feel great, elated. I have $1 million. But then what if you were also told you only got 24 hours to live? That $1 million wouldn't mean as much then. You know, you wouldn't, because you only got 24 hours to live. You could probably go show, you would probably think about, I'm going to speak, you speak for myself. I would probably think about, I'm going to go take my grandson to do this. I'm going to go do that. But then in all honesty, I know I don't have the time. So I will sit back and tell him all the life lessons that I wanted him to learn. As I'm talking to you today on this video, on this channel, these are things that my grandmother deposited into me in my health account. Govern yourself, she would tell me. Sherillium, govern yourself. That means get yourself together. That means put a hold on grab hold of yourself and get some self-control, because guess what? If you don't govern yourself, somebody gonna govern you. I don't care if it's the government, the hospital. When you go in the hospital because you sick, they gonna control you. They gonna give you the medication they want to give you. They gonna give you the food they want to give you out the cans or whatever. You gonna be under their control. You gonna be governed by them. So it's your choice. You really do have the choice. You can say, oh, this is inconvenient. It's probably very inconvenient. But it's going to be even more inconvenient when you live in a nursing home waiting for somebody to come change your diaper and they ain't coming. It's going to be more inconvenient when you waiting for your kids to come help you get some groceries because you can't get your own groceries out the car. You know, like, your health is your wealth. That's all you got. You know, you look at all these people that were millionaires and billionaires. They still died with all that money because you can't buy yourself a new life. You can't buy yourself a new body. Shout out to Sasha Reed. I took a lot of classes from Sasha. Sasha is a health and wellness person that's on a Healthy Alternative platform, and I took a lot of her classes, and she's at, I think it's Tenacious Butterfly is her handle, because I'm going to give a shout out to everybody. I'm not going, because I take the meat and spit out the bone. I've taken a little bit from a lot of different places to create a space and create a plan for me, and that's what I'm inviting you to do for yourself as well. Create something that works for you. But she talked about how we take such good care of our cars. We'll wash them, we'll clean them, we'll change the oil. If you went and took your car to the shop and they told you something was wrong with it, you gonna want them to know what's wrong with it, when you can get it fixed, what kind of parts you need, where the parts coming from, are they new parts or old parts, how they gonna fix it, why did this happen, and who gonna be fixing on my car. We would ask ourselves them same questions I always come back to. I might throw them in a different order, but it's the who, what, the when, where, the how, and the why. We're going to want to know all those things, but we won't ask ourselves that question. Who you showing up as? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about wellness? When you going to start pouring into your health savings account and putting money into that? Where you going to be when you make these deposits? How are you going to make these deposits? Are they going to be, because you can make any kind of deposits in your bank account. You can put a check in, you can put cash, you can direct deposit. You got people doing crypto, and when you make a deposit, they ask you which account you deposited in. So just like with your account at the bank, with your health account, you might not always be putting money into the physical part. Maybe you pour more into the emotional part of your health account. Maybe you pour more into the spiritual part, the creative part, the part of you that's the intellect, your mental, getting your mind right. Then maybe you come back and pour into the physical part. But it's all a part of the overall wealth, the health and wealth of your life. What does it mean to you? You know, what are you going to leave as your legacy? It's the only thing you're going to have to leave your grandkids. I'm going to have more to leave my grandson than a bunch of pots, okay? And a bunch of junk I didn't collect it in my house. You know, we can leave our kids a house, but if we ain't taught them how to take care of the house, what is that going to teach them? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We walking around here being peasants. And when I mean peasants, I'm going to give you an example. We walking around here forgetting who we are. You can't go to Walmart and see a 50-inch TV and say, oh, I want that. And maybe they got a, I don't know, $5.99 sticker on there. You can't walk in Walmart and say, I'm only going to pay $300 for this because I only think it's worth $300. They're going to look at you like you crazy. Because if you walk up and try to check out with it and say, I'm only going to pay $300 for this because I only think it's worth $300. But every day we will let people walk up on us and put a tag on us and tell us what we think they worth. They'll tell us what they think we worth. And we'll walk around and embody that. So-and-so and so-and-so said, I'm only worth this. They treat me this way. That could be right. But like I talked about in the other video, do you want to be right or do you want to be healed? Do you want to say that's their opinion and they're entitled to their opinion? But everybody's opinion in me ain't none of my business. Everybody ain't going to like you. Everybody not going to agree with you. Everybody not going to be cheering for you, but guess what? Keep cheering for yourself. I implore you. If today is the day and you feel like you got 5 haters, that's not, you need, next time you get on one of these videos, you need to have 6 haters, 7, 8, 10 by the end of the year. Let haters do what they do and send them love and you do what you do. Let those that hate continue to hate, but you continue to send love. Keep progressing in what you got going on. I tell my children all the time, in the world where you could be anything, be yourself. Because what else you going to be? All the other positions is taken. I'm here because you know what? Somebody told me no. That's why I'm here. I was begging somebody to let me in a place, begging, knocking on the door. Can I please come in and let me speak for free and give you please give me a place. And you know what I was told? No. But guess what? I'm so thankful. Shout out to all my haters. I thank you. I'm sending you love. I appreciate you because I wouldn't be here. When God say he would make your enemies your footstool, y'all better believe that. Because everybody that doubted me, hated on me, talked about me, put me down, thank you. That was everything that I needed to light that fire. That's what's feeding me right now to feed y'all. I talked about this journey and how we going on this journey. You know, when we get on a plane, we arrive on a plane and don't even know who the pilot is. I'm asking you as we go on this journey, who in the head of your life? And you may say, oh, I'm in the head of my own life. No, you're not. Because if you in the head of your own life, what's leading you? If the gas station chicken, because that's what was leading me. If the gas station chicken leading you, ain't in the head of your own life. The gas station chicken is. If whatever coffee you drinking every morning is that's what's leading you, because you going there first before you do anything else. I implore you and ask you, let God be the head of your life. Let him lead you. And then I'm going to tell you what I'm working on doing. I'm going to help navigate. For you want to know what I'm doing? I'm not a coach because coaches have been there. They've done that. They at the end. I'm not at the end. I ain't at the end till I'm dead. We going to navigate this together. I'm going to help navigate you. I'm like a navigation system. Because you know what? Coaches be on the sideline. And this ain't no diss to no coach. Just my observation. Coaches be on the sideline. They encouraging you. It's a place for everything and everybody. I can't be on the sideline saying go, go, go. If I'm on the sideline, I'm not going to never be a coach. I'm a cheerleader. I'm like, hey, you can do it. You can do it. Go. But I'm actually a navigator because a navigator get in there with you. When you got your GPS in the car with you. And when you take a wrong turn and say, oh, wait a minute. We done took a wrong turn. Let's turn around. That's what I'm here to do. We're going to navigate this journey together. But in order to navigate, you got to know where you going. You got to know when you trying to get there. You got to know what you trying to do on your way and when you get there. You got to know why. So these are questions you got to start asking yourself. If you've never journaled before, let this be a journal prompt for you. Start asking yourself, Who am I showing up as? What does that look like? When am I going to get there? Where am I going? How am I going to get there? And why am I showing up? And then if you got some things on the way to some other thoughts coming in your head, ask yourself, why am I having these thoughts? If you got some things that other people imprinted on you, who was those people? Maybe it was family members, friends. Who are they? Who are they? What did they say to you? When was it that they said these things to you? Where were you? How did they come across? You understand what I'm saying? And this is the important question. Why do it matter? Why are you letting it affect you? See, it's the processing of these things we got to go through. Because see, it ain't about no health. I mean, it ain't about no weight loss. It's about health and wellness. People on here talking about they want a big back. That's okay. I ain't got no hate on no big back. Because but I'm trying to unbig my back. And when I mean unbig my back, I ain't just talking about making it small. I'm talking about knocking the weight off. All the haters, all the things people said about me that wasn't true. I'm unbigging my back today. That's why I call it Real Health 360 and Real Talk with Sherilla. Because you can turn your health around. And this is another thing in terms of the accounts. When you get ready to withdraw or deposit something into these accounts, you got to ask, how much is it going to cost? Do you really have that to spend to withdraw off that account? Can you really afford to eat them cookies? You can say, I need a plan. She need to give me a plan. No. Shout out to D. Warren. One of the things that changed me, and I clutched my pearls when D. Warren said this to me. On one of the calls, we was on one of the PAC calls in a group that I'm in, a Healthy Alternative. You know, we would do these accountability calls. And she said, you got to be truthful with yourself. I was like, what? She said, you got to tell yourself the truth. You got to be honest with yourself. Girl, I clutched my pearls like this lady came. I took it like this lady came for me. Why? Because a hit dog gonna holler. That was something that I knew I wasn't doing. I wasn't being truthful with myself. I was lying to myself every day. These doctors not helping me. I don't know why my back hurt. Like, my back hurt like this because I didn't ate all the crap I know I didn't need to eat. But when that food become everything, the Bible said, I wanted to make sure I made the right reference. It's Philippians 3:19 where it says, their destiny is destruction. Their God is their stomach and their glory is in their shame. Is your God your stomach? See, people will always come up and say, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? Yeah, what would Jesus do? Jesus fasted for 40 days. Because see, anything I come back to, it's going to come back to the truth. The compass of my life is the Bible and the Word. So with me talking about fasting, you gotta afflict your soul. Because you're going to really know what you made of when you ain't getting that coffee every day. You're going to know what you made of when you ain't getting that gas station chicken. You're going to know what you made of when you deny yourself them chips. Then you're going to find out what you really made of. Because, see, we can talk about people. Oh, they on them drugs. They need to leave those drugs alone. I talked about this in the call. I can't talk about nobody if I'm still running to red dot number 5. And no diss to red dot number 5 because I don't want to be banned or nothing. But what's running your life? What's in the head of your life? What you putting first before everything? That food, I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is a moment. I didn't watch probably every episode of Law & Order Special Victims Unit. But I can't tell you about the different food groups I need to embody. I ain't even read all the books in the Bible. But I done watched all the Law & Order Special Victims Unit. But that's okay. It's never too late to make a turn. If I told you every morning I walked out my house, at 8 o'clock, I would leave and go to work. And this car would come from the right and just hit me. And I would have an accident every morning. You would say, Sherillium, really? Every morning this happened. I'd be so upset about it. I'm steady talking to you about it. You would probably say, well, why not leave your house at 7:50 and instead of turning right, turn left? That's what I'm talking about with the navigation. I'm telling you. All you got to do is the opposite of what you've been doing. If you've been getting up every day, drinking coffee, try drinking some water. Try doing the opposite. If you've been going to the gas station every day getting chicken, try to go home and make some chicken. Do the opposite of what you've been doing. It might sound so simple, like she's trying to make it seem like it's simple and easy. It is. You have to change. As the Bible says, you have to renew your mind. The Bible talks about being of sober mind, and we think that only means alcohol and drugs. I'm telling y'all, I can't think clearly when all I'm thinking about is chips. Red dye number 5, Carrageenan. I can't think straight. I can't walk into my full potential being filled with chemicals. I can talk about somebody being on drugs, but I'm on chemicals. Come on, y'all. It's time for us to change. It's time for us to navigate a different way. When you get ready to walk out your house today, you're going to open the door and you're going to look out to walk out, right? You're not going to stand looking towards your house or where you going, coming from. You looking at where you going. So I invite you. That's why it's 3. Turn around. You ain't quit looking in your house. You know what's in your house. Quit standing in the doorway deciding if you going out or staying in. Remember how old people tell you, quit coming in and out. Quit coming in and out. That's that yo-yoing. Quit going back and forth. I'm going to tell y'all something. I can't have one chip. I can't have one small bag of chips. I can't. That's being real with myself. That's being transparent. Because I'm going to want a whole bag. And after that bag, I'm going to want another bag. And after that bag, I'm going to want something else. But I have to stop and say, is it worth it? Not how it tastes, but how it feels. So I'm asking you, when you go into your health account, is your mouth writing a check your butt can't cash? You know, people will say better late than never. I'm going to ask you, what's the line between late and never? Do you really want to find out? Do you want to be so late in this that it's a never? I'm going to tell you, it's never too late. I'm going to say that. It's never too late. But is it? Is it too late? Ask yourself that question. And if the answer is no, what you going to do about it? I challenge you to action. I challenge you to get up and put on your armor. We getting ready to fight. How you going into battle and you don't even got to own armor? You ain't got no weapons. You ain't got no tools, nothing. And most importantly, you don't even know who your enemy is. Who is your enemy? That's that who, what, when, where. Who is your enemy? What do your enemy think? When did your enemy become your enemy? Where is your enemy located? How do your enemy operate? And why is your enemy coming for you? Because if you know these things, you're going to know how to combat your enemy. And that enemy may be a part of yourself. I'm not saying that you are your own enemy, but it's a part of you that can be your worst enemy. I'm going to challenge you to lean into your strength, because your strength's going to help you overcome your weaknesses. When you lean, because see, you got to know your strengths to battle your enemy. But first, you got to know who your enemy is. Is your enemy procrastination? Is your enemy the chicken at the gas station? How you gonna fight your enemy? You gotta come up with a battle plan. How you going into battle without knowing your enemy? You ain't got a battle plan. You ain't got on no armor. You ain't got no weapons. You ain't got no tools. And you trying to figure out why you ain't winning. You ain't ready for battle. Y'all better get ready for battle, because we coming out swinging. We coming out fighting. Come on, come up with a battle. The who, what, when, where, and the how. It ain't easy to remember. Go to any English book, and it's going to tell you the who, what, the when, the where, the how, and the why. So I'm asking you, who are you? Who is your enemy? What does your enemy look like? What tools do your enemy use? What weapons do your enemy use against you? When do they use them against you? Where are you when they use these tools and these weapons against you? How do they use these weapons against you? And why do you fall for it? How is the enemy able to penetrate you? And this is another question. Can you afford to let your enemy win? Because if you can, that's okay. But I'm here to tell y'all, I've always been a fighter, and I'm going to continue to be a fighter. I just ain't been fighting in the right arenas. It's time to pick up your tool, pick up your weapon and fight. Pick up your Bible. Call on God. Y'all want to know the secret? God, the Most High God. You can do all things through Christ that strengthen you. What's impossible for God? I don't care about what nobody else doing. I don't care about what nobody else saying. I'm telling you, stay in your lane and mind your business. Focus on what God, because all you got to do is stop and listen. He going to tell you what he need for you to do and how he need for you to do it. But you can't ingest nothing God got for you if you already full. If you go to the buffet and you eat all that food, or you go to a big dinner and you just get full. Somebody could come out with the best looking dessert you've ever seen, but you may say, I don't want it because I'm too full. I can't digest. I just don't have an appetite for it. God got the most appetizing thing you've ever seen in your life in front of you. And you can't even take one bite because you full. You full of all of this other stuff. It's time to let that stuff go. It's time to clear that stuff out and let God come do a work in your life. I'm here. I'm going to help you navigate because we navigating together. When I decided to make a change in my life, I went to God and said, I don't know how to do this, Lord. I done tried this book, this thing. It ain't working. But you know what he told me? That's because you ain't doing what I told you to do. You trying to do what everybody else did and think it's going to work for you. That's why I'm telling you, I'm not going to tell you, do this and lose 10 pounds. You got to create a plan that's going to be specifically for you. And the only way you're going to figure it out is trial and error. The only way you're going to figure that out is listening to God. The only way you're going to figure that out is getting rid of the stuff I don't have to tell you what you know you don't need. Processed foods. Cut that out first. Let's start with that. Stop. If you want chicken, make you some chicken at home. You want a potato chip, make you a potato. Start with some real food, real ingredient. One ingredient, get a potato. People say, what's whole food plant-based? Just one ingredient, it's potatoes. Get you an apple. Get you some pears. Start with some fruit fasting. Try to make one of your meals just fruit. Just one meal. When you break, because everybody say, I'm fasting. What do you think breakfast is? You breaking your fast. You done fasted all night. It ain't died. You done had the stomach flu and ain't ate for a day. It ain't died. You done went to the doctor and they done gave you medicine to drink for all day. Salt water to dehydrate you. Make you go to the bathroom to have a colonoscopy. You ain't died. You done fasted before you done had to go have surgery. You ain't died. There's power in that. There is power in it. But you got to unleash that power. You got to not be afraid of it. You got to speak these things. And fasting can be, I'm going to just stop eating meat for the day. You got to give God something for him to give you something. You got to give God a little bit of your time for him to give you some of his time. And I'm going to tell you something else. We forget who we are. We let people tell us that we $9.99, we a $500 TV, and somebody then would put a clearance sticker on you and put you back in the clearance section, and now you sitting back there talking about I'm a clearance TV. You a child of the Most High God. Who decided the price of that TV when they manufacture? Who manufactured you? God. He determined your price when he made you. He determined your value, because I say your value because you valuable. And your value is priceless because you a child of the Most High King. And when somebody want to know your price or what you worth or what's got to be paid for you, your ransom been paid, bought and paid for. You can walk around saying, I've been paid in full, but you ain't walking in that. You walking with that yellow sticker on you from the clearance rack at Walmart. Because that's what you think you worth. That's what you walking in. Oh, I just don't feel so good. You better speak life into yourself. When they say life and death is in the power of the tongue, life and death is in the power of the tongue, not just what you speak, what you eating. Putting in your mouth. It's going to taste oh so good going down, but when it get down, and how it feel. We're going to talk about how it feel. How do it really feel? People talk about the itis after they eat. That's inflammation. We joke about that. I got the itis after I ate. Don't you want to have some energy after you eat? What kind of fuel you put in your car? You probably put 93 in your car, but walking around here putting 87 in your body. You can't look at nobody else and say, my doctor ain't helping you. Are you helping you? Your doctor ain't helping you with your health? What you doing for your health? What you putting in your mouth? What are the things you can control? I'm going to come to you. I'm challenging y'all. We going to navigate this. Who in the head of your life? Is it the gas station chicken or is it God? You understand? And if you saying God, then you got a playbook, which is the Bible, to tell you what God believes, what he wants you to do, where he wants you to be, when he wants you to be there, how he wants you to be there, and how. Start leaning into that and start asking yourself, who am I showing up as? Why am I showing up this way? How? When? Where? Why? Keep asking yourself them questions. And when you get to a place where you get tempted, you just stop and take a minute. Just stop and pause. Take a deep breath and remind yourself of who you are, what you about, when you gonna be about it, Where you gonna be? You gonna be about where? Where everywhere you go, everywhere I go, I'm gonna be Sherrillian. So everywhere I go, I'm gonna walk and empower and embody what it is I believe. Cause see, if you believe in God, can't nobody come and coerce you or persuade you to do something else. So you gotta be just that confident in what you believe about who you are and your health and wellness. This is the fight of your life. I'm like R. Kelly, I'm out here fighting for my life. Are you gonna fight for your life or you gonna just lay down and die? Get up and fight. Put your armor on. Put your armor on. Get your weapons. Get your tools. Get your mind right. Get your spirit right. Come on through for yourself. Because when is it when? Ain't no when, ain't no when. When you gonna do this? Because you ain't promised tomorrow. You ain't promised the next 5 seconds. You ready to take a hit? They may come up with something else. I ain't gonna mention your names, but you know what I'm talking about. This flu and cold season. You ready to take a hit? Are you prepared? You got your armor on. Is your body ready? Can you really take a hit any kind of way? I'm gonna implore you and challenge you. Come on through for yourself. What's your accounts looking like? What you depositing and what you withdrawing? Is your mouth writing that check your butt know it can't cash? Keep on playing around, they're going to shut your account down. First they're going to turn your lights off. Then they're going to turn off your gas. Then your water. That's your body. Your eyes get to going. Your hearing ain't as good. Your back hurting. That's all them warnings coming before that destruction. Before God shut that account down. He going to say you didn't play around with all this wealth I done gave you. You didn't just sit on it and ain't did nothing with it. Just steady take, ain't put nothing back in it. I'm going to shut this account down. And you better pray and hope you done gave yourself to him so that when you do be reconnected, you in heaven. Because once he shut that account down, it's over. But that's up to you. We got free will. How you going to use your free will? How you going to use your wealth? Because we all got it. I ain't got nothing no more than you. You can start where you at. It's free to drink water. It's free to walk. It's free to stretch. It's free to be kind to yourself. It's free to saying no to people is free. Instead of watching Law and Order, I've been making videos. Instead of asking people to let me on their platform to speak, I'm going to speak here. I'm going to do what I'm called to do and be obedient because I done been disobedient for too long. Why? Fear. People say when you fasting, you starving. You ain't starving. But I'm going to tell you what I'm starving. I'm starving fear. And I'm feeding my faith. Starve that fear of what am I going to do if I don't have this whatever. Fill in the blank. Coffee, tea, food, tobacco, alcohol, drugs. I challenge you. See, do you know what you really made of? People will say, I can stop doing this anytime. Okay, then stop. I challenge you to do that. I'm challenging myself what you really made of. I love movies like Rocky, 300, stuff, the underdog. You understand what I'm always rooting for the underdog because I feel like I done always been the underdog. But when they tell a story, let them tell a whole story to the end. Not about how many times I failed, but how many times I done got back up. Get up. Dust yourself off. Get yourself together. As my grandmother would say, govern yourself. Sometimes you got to sit back and just shut your mouth and listen. How you going to listen to God if you too busy watching YouTube videos? Watching my video now. But I'm saying, I go down the rabbit hole watching all these videos. This person did this to lose weight. This person did that to lose weight. Figure out what you need to do. Start drinking you some water. Okay, my challenge for y'all. Start with 64 ounces. You don't like water? Make you some unsweetened tea. What I mean by that is I do cold brew green tea. I add a little lemon in it. I take the lemon and blend it up with water. Then I strain it and put it in my water and drink it that way. Start with 64 ounces of water or tea. And we're going to come back. I'm going to come back on another video and talk about the water. The who, the what, the when, the where, and the why. Where you getting your water from? Who making your water? How's it going? All those things. I'm going to come back with some other stuff about the water. But for right now, drink you some water. For right now, govern yourself. It may be not a big thing, but maybe have one plate of food. And I know people may be looking for what is the magic bullet. The magic bullet is God. The magic bullet is a 360 transformation of your whole life, not just no weight loss. We transforming minds. We transforming bodies. We transforming bank accounts, health accounts. Because if you spending less money getting that chicken at the gas station, you can put that aside to do something else with. Buy you a bike. Buy you some skates. Buy you a rebounder. It's ways around all of this. I just wanted to put that on your mind about what your account's looking like. Go do some checks and balances. Go look at your account. Check your account out. Because if somebody came in your bank account and took some money out, you're going to want to know the who, what, the when, where, the how, and the why. You're going to want to know how the bank let them get that money out your account when it wasn't you. So ask yourself, who taking money out my account and who depositing? That go for your friends. What people putting into your account, what people taking out? Can you afford that? What are they depositing and what are they taking out? Do you have friends that's depositing 20 points in your health account but taking 25? You got to do some checks and balances. You understand what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't for you. It ain't about losing no weight physically. It's that mental, emotional, spiritual weight. It's that stuff. So that's my challenge to you. You know, come on. We're going to navigate this journey. Start with your water. Check your accounts. Use this as a prompt for your journaling. And then I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all like this video. Y'all share. Y'all subscribe. I'm going to keep pouring the comment. I'm going to keep just putting it out there. I love y'all. Peace and blessings to everybody. And I'm out.